for you that they've shot. Okay, Dan from We Are Change Toronto. Now, this ended up getting in the news as well, even when they didn't get in to see Al Gore. That doesn't matter. They took over the media attention and inserted real issues. But first they tell them, you can't be in front of the event. Then you got to be down the street. Then you got to be across the street. Then they rough them up. This is the type of oppression we're seeing all over the Western world. So let's go ahead. Well, I mean, take Copenhagen. They're not allowing any media in who have ever been critical of man-made climate change. Only people that agree are allowed into all these events coming up this weekend and next week. Okay, let's go to Dan from We Are Change Toronto. Dan, good to have you on with us.
Thanks for having me on.
Tell us briefly what happened to you. Great, beautiful website for TorontoChange.com. Absolutely awesome. Tell us what happened to you.
Sure, yeah. I'm actually also a member of an organization called Press for Truth, and it is a journalism company. I actually registered it with the Ontario government as a legitimate alternative media outlet.
Yeah, I've seen your work. Excellent.
Thank you. So we were there literally just, as press to cover the latest information on the climate change. We were there for no more than 45 minutes doing our reporting when the security guards came up and told us to leave the grounds. And I said, that's fine. If this is your private property, I understand that. I will leave. So I went to the other side of the gate, and, I just started rolling, and the two security guards came up to me and said, you're going to have to leave. They actually tried to make me walk into the road. There was traffic in the road.
So they tried to push you into the road. And, of course, the news would have just said a terrorist was run over. Or a terrorist jumped into traffic today and was killed.
That's right. And as I was trying to get clarification for where indeed is this property line, my cameraman turned around to take a look, and that's when the security guard just lunged for the camera. He grabbed it, and he physically turned over the camera and started pressing buttons until he figured out how to shut it off.
Just nuts. Totally nuts.
It's completely uncalled for. So at that point, I turned it back on because I just witnessed an assault on my cameraman. So I turned it back on for my protection and for, Mark's protection. And we continued to document everything that was going on. And then he eventually told us that, no, we still own this. You're still on our property. You have to move further away. But the good thing is I managed to remain calm. I didn't sink to his level. I kept my cool. And because of that, we were actually able to get retribution for the incident. The head of security actually called me and apologized to me, and he said that the CEO of the Canadian National Exhibition is going to be writing me an apology letter, and they assured me that the security guard in question is going to be disciplined in the proper manner, and they also said they want to thank me for bringing this to their attention because now they're going to talk to the rest of their staff and make sure that that kind of an
that's a smart company because you could clearly file criminal charges on them and clearly sue them because trying to push you into traffic is obviously dangerous.
That's right, and with the letter of apology, that is an omission of guilt. They know they were in the wrong, but it just goes to show if you remain calm and you handle it and follow up in a professional way. Then, the good guys can and will win in the end. And by the way, I found security guards are even worse than police. Everywhere in the country, I'll be at a park or on a sidewalk, and they'll just march over and say, turn your cameras off. You have to have a permit to even be in the city. And I'm like, no. And there's a famous video, Kansas City this year, of Aaron and Rob at a city park, and the Federal Reserve security comes a half mile, puts their hands on their guns, and says, we're going to arrest you if you don't leave. And, of course, totally off their jurisdiction, totally out of control. These are lunatics on a power trip, and it turned out they were ordered by the Federal Reserve to go out and do this. These people think they're gods, and we are living in Nazi Germany. We're not. Let's go ahead and play a clip of part of the incident. Here it is.
What's the scoop, guys? What's going on?
The client doesn't want you guys hanging around here. Okay. Right now. It's a private event. Okay. Cameras aren't even allowed on the grounds. It's a bylaw against exhibition place property.
Oh.
Same with handing out flyers to people. It's part of our bylaw. It's part of our bylaw offenses. Yeah. So right now,
all this is owned by the CNE, I'm guessing?
The whole grounds. From the Princess Gates, Dufferin, down to Lakeshore. So we ask you guys if you want to do this, you can conduct your activity.
What's happening more and more is they have huge city centers. For people that aren't watching the video but are listening on the radio, you can go to torontochange.org and .com and watch the whole video. They do this in Austin now. They do this in Dallas. They do this everywhere. They just block off whole areas and now say whole areas of cities are expedition centers and say you can't be on sidewalks. There's a major road with 18-wheelers driving by, and they just say you can't be here now. You've got to get out of here. And because of their bylaws. What if they said their bylaws were that they could chop your head off and drink your blood? What if they said their bylaws were that they could rob you? I mean, no, they're not your God. Let's finish the video.
Beyond is the other side of the grounds there.
Okay. So right, no flyering, no postering, and no filming anywhere on the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
No problem.
Now hit pause. He submitted to their power trip right there by the highway you just saw. So now the power tripping intensifies. Because to a petty thug, someone submitting to their tyranny is a sign that it's okay. Let's keep playing.
Guys, if you don't mind just completely getting off the property.
They told us that the property that you guys own is right here.
Okay.
And this is public property.
That's not true. You have to get right onto the road.
So, where is...
Just right on the road in the bike lane there.
Well, we obviously can't stand on the road.
Okay, across the street.
So that's public property.
Or in the middle there. That would be the best bet if you want to
in the middle.
Yeah.
But this is still...
This is a no. You can just turn that on.
Okay. Over there.
Okay. And erase
cross over there. Don't put that in my face.
Whoa, hey.
I was putting it away, sir. I was putting it away.
Would you like to get the police down here?
Listen, you just told us to come to this side of the gate. I told you,
sir. Straight out. This is not straight out.
I thought you said this side of the gate.
Okay.
We have him on video saying go outside the gates. Mm-hmm. But now... Again, you can hear him. I told you, I'm powerful. I'm nobody. I live in a cruddy apartment. I'm nobody. But at least I can dominate you. At least I've got power over you. God, I love big government. I wish I could take everything you've got. Pretty soon we will. Let's go back. I'm assaulting you right now. I'm good. I own you. You're my property. Let's play the rest of it.
Look at my finger. See all the way up there?
Okay, now I know.
Go to the camera. Putting it away.
Turn your camera off.
It is off.
Turn your camera off. Let me see.
Is it closed?
All the way out over there.
What's going on now?
You're not allowed here. All the way down, all the way to bathrooms. Bathrooms.
No. This is public property. We can be here.
You want to go out there by the light? You're more than welcome to.
By the light? Right there is public-private property, isn't it?
Excuse me.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is that public property?
We're going to turn it off here.
This is still Exhibition Place property.
We're going to turn it off here because there is some little bit of profanity that comes up. Gentlemen, great job, though, exposing these people, because if we're not out there doing this, they're going to completely train everybody that we have no rights. I commend you. We'll talk to you again soon, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's definitely feels great to be fighting the good fight. And people can check that out at pressfortruth.ca as well.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, we got to hurry here because We Are Change Florida, and there's so many other people confronting, but I want to get to the big granddaddy of them all a little bit into the next hour now. We're running behind here with Saeed and Steve from We Are Change Chicago, also working with We Are Change Ohio, and there's so many other groups. We Are Change LA, We Are Change Colorado, who confronted Gore. We just salute them. This is only one thing they're doing.